When we think of daiquiris, we think of the frozen kind, parked in a tulip glass with an umbrella perched on top while sitting poolside in the Caribbean. Today I'm making my traditional version with a fresh twist. These are not frozen, but something tells me it will sweep you away to the tropics. Stick around, you don't want to miss my rhubarb raspberry daiquiris. Hey guys! So first to get started, I love cocktails. This is my favorite time on Cook This, when I make cocktails. And there's nothing better than making a fresh concocted cocktails. There's so many delicious fruits out there, even vegetables. Today we're using rhubarb. So rhubarb is rather tart. You do need to sweeten it. We think of it in pies. Well, here we're making it in a cocktail. So first we're gonna make a rhubarb syrup, a rhubarb raspberry syrup. So into my sauce pot, I have sugar, granulated sugar, and cold water, some raspberries, and rhubarb. So I took about 1 cup diced rhubarb. So when you see this in your grocery store, and you will see it right about now, grab it, make this cocktail. It's not around all the time, but when it's in season, it is heavenly, and it needs to be sweetened. All right, so we're gonna bring this simple syrup. It's basically a simple syrup because it's sugar and water, and then we're infusing it with the fruit. Although rhubarb is technically a vegetable, but we eat it more like a fruit. We sweeten it. So I'm gonna bring this to a boil, then reduce it to a simmer and let all those flavors just infuse in the syrup for about 20 minutes on a simmer. So after our mixture came to a boil, we reduced it to a simmer and let it infuse for about 20 minutes. I removed it from the heat, let it cool slightly, and then strained it. Place it into a pitcher. You can put it into a pitcher, anything heat safe, put it into the refrigerator and let it chill. You could do this up to a week ahead, which is great when you're making cocktails. So I have mine right here, ready to go. Now it's time to make our cocktail. All right, traditional daiquiri, lime juice, rum. Does not have to be frozen, we just think of them that way. All right, so we've got some white rum into my Boston shaker here that has ice. I have 151 rum, so a little boost, about 1/2 ounce. Some freshly squeezed lime. So everything is fresh. We have our fresh raspberry rhubarb syrup. We have our fresh lime juice. We need about 1 ounce of that. Okay, I even took one of the stalks of the rhubarb. It looks so pretty in your glass. Then for our rhubarb raspberry syrup. So this is going to sweeten it, and this is what's going to make it so delicious and really beautiful too. Alrighty. We want it nice and cold. And then here, I love these big squared ice cubes. I love these. You could find this ice cube holder any kitchen store. I think I got this at Williams-Sonoma. Maybe a Bed Bath & Beyond has them. They're really sort of fun, very chic and modern. All the trendy restaurants serve their cocktails with these cool ice cubes. See that? Kind of cool. All right, right into our rocks glass. And then we're just going to strain this right over top. And that is our daiquiri. You can garnish it with some extra raspberries. Look at that. So beautiful. And you know what's another thing I found out? That I froze. I made a batch of it. No ice cubes. I froze it in my Boston shaker. And when I took it out, it was naturally like a frozen daiquiri. It was like slush. So great little tip. But I always make a big batch of this and put it into the refrigerator, and that way when your guests come, you're ready to go. It is so delicious. Definitely will remind you of the tropics. For this recipe, head over to the newspaper's website. I'm Shereen with Cook This. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Cheers.